Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today I'm going to make kale chips on the dehydrator. You guys all know how much I love kale, and you can roast this in the oven and they're delicious with a little olive oil and salt and pepper, or you can do these on the dehydrator and use in soups and stews and or just to eat them. That's what we're going to do today. And then I don't take risk of this going bad. Even though it has a really long shelf life, I want to make sure that we get as much out of it as possible. So I'm going to put it on the trays. Let's see. Must have a double thing going on somewhere. Yesterday I cut up all those tomatoes that I bought for $2 and got those on the dehydrator last night, so those are going, and now we're going to do some kale. And this is a nice bundle of kale. I've washed it a couple of times and let it just drain. I don't get overly picky about how dry it is, because it's going on the dehydrator. It'll dry soon enough. And then I'm also going to roast some kale in the oven so you can see the difference. And I'll give you a taste test on both. How's that? All right. You know, kale's one of those vegetables. It's kind of a powerhouse food because it is so rich in vitamins and minerals for you. I'm planting a bunch of it in my garden this year. I'm hoping the birds stay out of it. Otherwise, I'll have to cover it somehow with some shade cloth or something. Anyway, okay, so I got my 3 trays of kale I'm going to put on the dehydrator right now. I'll bring you right back when I'm getting the kale ready for the oven, for oven roasted kale. Isn't that pretty? Okay, you guys, I'm back, and I'm getting ready to roast this pan of kale and make the kale chips in the oven. And so I've got my kale down here, washed and rinsed, or washed a couple times and dried, and now we're going to drizzle down some olive oil, and I just lightly drizzle, so each little piece might get a little bit of olive oil. I don't put the oil on the dehydrator trays because then you've got an oily product that's not good. If you are trying to keep your diet under control and eat healthier, this is a great alternative to chips. I mean, my goodness, who wouldn't like to have something crunchy and delicious and good for you? Okay, so you just toss that around so you kind of distribute that olive oil a little bit. Look for any pieces that you don't want in there. Give those to the rabbit, right? This was the pre-washed and pre-packaged stuff that I got at Trader Joe's. It actually was a great buy because you're not paying for a bunch of stuff you're throwing away. It really was a good buy. And so I'm going to just kind of pick through it, make sure I like everything. And then you spread it out as even as you can. You're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for about 20-25 minutes until they're crispy. And you're going to turn them halfway through. So this is my homemade garlic powder because I think kale and garlic go together. This is just a fun, healthy way to eat kale. Okay, and then some sea salt. That'll help take some of the moisture out and help them crisp up too with the oil. And some fresh cracked black pepper, just a couple of turns, so all of it gets a little chance for some pepper. So I'm going to put this in the oven, turn it halfway through the 20-minute time, and just toss it a little bit, and then I'll bring you back when it's all done. All right, so the kale is all done, and it's nice and crispy. You can hear that. Isn't that nice? Some of it gets a little bit brown, but that's okay. It just soothes that craving for something crunchy And you don't have to feel at all guilty about having this. This is delicious. It's good for you. And I'll wait and give you the results of the kale on the dehydrator while I have a snack. The dehydrator will probably be done by morning, so we'll finish the video then. And wow, these are so good. I hope you try this. Because they're hard to stay out of. Almost like a Lay's potato chip. You can't eat just one. Anyway. Okay. I can't wait to taste the dehydrated ones. All right, I'll be back. YouTube style. So I wanted to give you the results of both of those, the kale, both ways. And I have to tell you, I ate all the roasted kale today during the day as snacks. So I ate a whole bundle of kale today, but it was delicious. It satisfied my craving for chips, and I shared it with a couple other people that had never even heard of kale. And so I'm just going to compare this for you on what the difference in taste. This one has not been seasoned, so it's going to taste a little bit different, but it's nice and crispy. It's been dehydrated. I like the seasoned one better, but this is good too. I'm going to heat up some hot water and see how this rehydrates for you. If it does, then we're golden, right? I have never rehydrated it. I throw it in soup and stuff. Like today I had brought some wontons and some of that chicken base, and made myself a little light wonton soup with some dried cabbage and carrots and stuff. And I threw some of the roasted kale in there. It was really good. But I can't really say that it rehydrated necessarily, but let's find out. Here we go. I'm going to get a bowl, and as soon as that water gets hot in my new little gadget, I'm going to get you some rehydrated kale. Gosh, what a great way to get vitamins and nutrients into your system. Oh, delicious. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my pitcher of water heated up. I'm just gonna pour some of that hot water. It's boiling water, and we're gonna let that rehydrate for a few minutes. See what happens. I'm excited. Like I said, I've not rehydrated it yet, so I don't know what it's gonna do, but I definitely want to try because that's kind of the girl I am. Be nice to know. I can smell it. It smells wonderful. It smells like spinach. Wow, feels like it's rehydrating pretty good. Well, I'll be darned. It's puffing right back up. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to give this a couple of minutes. Maybe I'll taste one little piece here right off the get-go, and we'll see how long I think. That one looks like it needs more time. I'll taste that one. Yeah, that needs more time. I don't think it's rehydrated all the way. So we're going to give this some time, and I'll bring you back in 10 minutes, and we'll check and see where we're at, and we'll give you a rundown of what it tastes like. All right. At least we know the roasted kale is amazing, and so is the dehydrated. All right, you guys, it's been about 10 minutes, and I want to wrap this up. So it looks good. It smells good. Let me see. It probably could have used a little bit longer, but for soups and for like this casseroles that I use this in, my gosh, what a great additive. Rehydrate some of this and put it right in your stuff. Kale is one of those powerhouse foods. I hope that it inspires you to maybe grow your own this year, or dehydrate. You know, when you get it on sale, buy a bunch of it, dehydrate it, roast it in the oven. This is going to be used more for cooking and stuff, where this roasted stuff in the oven is more for snacking. And I used it as a salad topping today, and as well as snacking, and it was just amazing. So I hope this inspires you to try a new vegetable. Try dehydrating, try roasting, try some different methods of preserving what you've got, and utilizing space. When you dehydrate any kind of vegetable, you take up way less room. It's got just the shelf life expands exponentially. Is that a word? Anyway, I just want you to know that you can do the right thing by your family and your extended pantry. And so, hope it inspires you. I hope you give me a thumbs up, and if you really like it, I hope you post it on Facebook. And as always, God bless.